Today we're going to be taking a look at the Indiegogo campaign Kozor, Descent into Madness. Now, this particular campaign looks like it wrapped up its primary, but it looks like it's in demand now. And looking over the information, I gotta admit, the artwork does look pretty impressive. The interior artwork looks good. The dialogue balloons look good. Everything about this so far I find actually really compelling and interesting, just looking at the art. It definitely seems to be more of a horror-focused, fantasy-type story. And, you know, I'm not typically speaking into fantasy. I've never been a big fantasy guy. So, but let's take a look at this. Let's see what this thing is going to be all about. Let's go back up to the top. Overview. Kozor, Descent into Madness is a 48-page full-color comic book that tells the nightmare-fueled story of foul demons, grizzled warriors, and abundant bloodshed. The mighty warrior, Chief Baron, and his clan of swordsmen embark on a quest into the sacred swamplands of Nimlaar in search of the mysterious faceless people. But when they're attacked by a flock of flying beasts, their journey proves more fatal than they could have ever imagined. Okay, now that's a good overview. I mean, it's a quick line. It tells me what this is about. It's like reading the back of a book that you want to buy over at the bookstore. You know if you're going to like it based on two things: the cover and what it says on the back of the book. The cover on this looks great, and what I'm reading on the back of the book also looks really compelling and interesting. So this makes me want to go ahead and buy this book now that it's in demand. We've got some variant covers here, line art edition version here, and this is done by Corey Barton and Clayton Barton. I'm assuming they're related, or married, one of the two. So let's go ahead and take a look at the individual campaigns. You can get all three editions plus the poster for 135 Australian dollars. You can go ahead and get the definitive edition for $35. That's a good price. They have a Kanan White variant cover. Kanan White's a good guy. And combos. So it looks like this is a pretty well done campaign as far as all the numbers are concerned. The thing about this is that it wasn't until I saw this being advertised on Twitter that I really was able to go ahead and find out about this book, take a look at it, and considering it was right when the campaign was ending, this is really disappointing for me in the way Indiegogo is actually advertising books. When I go to Indiegogo and I go to the comics section, it's always telling me the most popular books that are available, and it is a slog to find out what's actually new. Heck, when I go take a look at comics, I will actually get comics that have already closed, or comics that are already in demand that already have six figures on them. What about Clayton Barton's book? What about the Barton Boys? Why aren't we seeing their book getting a little bit more love over at Indiegogo? I mean, yeah, we're looking at here what looks like a 20,000 euro campaign. I'm not sure what that is in US dollars. But just looking at the quality of the artwork and how succinct the story is, along with some positive comments here from John Malin and Dan Fraga, this really should have been a much bigger campaign. I think Indiegogo really needs to change how they're advertising books and how you search for books on their website. I would really like to go ahead and just put in the option for new books, or put in books from lowest to highest so that I can actually see those books that haven't gotten any love and give them a little bit of attention. But regardless, this book by Corey and Clayton Barton looks really good. Kozor, Descent into Madness. So if it is really in demand, I would highly suggest that you take a moment and go ahead and give them some love. Give them some of your money. Support this Comic Gate group so that they have an opportunity to keep making books, because everything I'm seeing here looks awesome.